Hello there. This is an email from somebody who's French, but I don't have their name. And they say at the end that they really hope that their message is understandable and that they're sorry that they're French and it may be full of mistakes. And it's very understandable. Not many mistakes at all, if any, probably way better. My French is, that I know, is je ne sais pas. That's pretty much my French anyway. And I know how to say baguette. Okay, I would like to have your point of view on a specific experience which deals with the social life and eating disorder. Every time there's an event, I'm kind of using my eating disorder to avoid it, especially evening events, of course. I struggle with eating during the day. I only really succeed to eat at night when nobody's there. So parties and social events during the evenings really make me scared because it will break this habit. On the other hand, it's a dilemma. I'm always hesitating between my recovery and eating versus reintroducing myself to social events. If I go out, I know that I won't be able to eat, but if I don't, I will reproduce the exact same schedule of eating, but alone, so in a very sick way. What do you think about it? Would you say that anorexia recovery is a must to overcome before social fear, or do I need to work on both? Well, it sounds to me like you're not actually really, I hate to say it, in recovery, because if you're not eating during the day, you have to force yourself to eat during the day. You have to be eating all the time. You have to be eating to physical and mental hunger. So I think that the first step for you is to understand that what you're doing is, which is just not eating during the day and then eating at night, it's just not going to work. So you have to work out how to change that. And if you need support in order to change that, you absolutely have to go and get support in order to change that. Because nothing is going to change for you if you're waking up, not eating during the day, eating at night, and falling into that same old pattern. We absolutely have to change in order to recover. And so one of the key things for most of us in recovery is forcing ourselves to change. And for many people, that means, part of that change is going to other people, finding help and saying, I need help making this change happen. Because otherwise you just get stuck for years, sort of trying to make the change happen, but every day you're waking up and doing the same thing and nothing is changing. So really, I don't think let's forget about the social events and going out and stuff like that for right now. You actually have to focus on getting into recovery in the first place and what that's going to look like and getting those changes to happen and eating way more food. And really, for many of us, or I know myself, you get to the point where I was eating so much food all the time anyway. I was like, well, I may as well go out and eat food with other people because I'm going to be eating food all the time anyway on my own. And so the social stuff gets less when it's not, when restriction isn't an option. Because if you're not going to restrict anyway, it's not an option to restrict whether you go out or whether you're in. It's kind of like takes a lot of the pressure off social stuff and takes a lot of the anxiety out of it because you know that you're going to force yourself to eat anyway, and you should be forcing yourself to eat different things and the most highly caloric things that you can find. So you may as well go out for pizza with other people, right? So I think that the social stuff starts to work itself out if you're actually in recovery and eating as if you're in recovery. And I'd say for you, mademoiselle, you like my little French twist in there? Mm-hmm. Quite proud of myself for that. I'd say for you that step one is going to be actually getting into recovery and making those major changes that you need to make. Eating all day, eating all night, eating to mental hunger, eating to physical hunger, eating. Hope that helps.